Hey, good day, folks, and welcome to another edition of Lumberjack Logic Live. I am your host, Neil Johnson. I am so excited to be with you, and I'm going old school tonight from the MacBook, the old MacBook, because I left my computer in town. I've got to go get it, but this story breaks, and I'm so excited about this, folks. I've actually got two stories I'm going to cover with you here, okay? We have the greatest story of law enforcement beating the protesters at their own game, and then somebody digging up something on this movement that will blow your ever-loving mind. This is going to be an awesome stream. Do me a favor, share it out, smash the like, chat in with where you're from. Let's get this thing rolling. I'm going to bring on a special guest for this because it's Minnesota, and this is such great news. I'm bringing on Mike Lindell. Mike, good to see you.
Good to see you, Neil.
Man,
I'm just hearing this for the first time too. Wait till the people hear all this.
Oh gosh, I'm so excited about this story. I can hardly stand it. I'm going to put up a pillow banner because Lord knows you make the best pillows known to man. So mypillow.com/lumberjack or call 1-800-568-2865. We'll talk about the deals in just a couple minutes, folks. But I'm going to have to bring on the greatest. Oh my gosh, I've got the greatest story. I'm so excited about this. Hold on a sec. I'm going to bring this in. I'm kicking this old school. I don't have my daughter doing it for me, Mike. So now I'm at a loss. Okay. So first off, folks, understand this. All right. So we all know that this protest is not just some spontaneous thing that came up out of nowhere. I want you to just first get this before we get into how they were played and then the big bombshell that just broke out of Minnesota. So the NGO, who has over 5,000 people patrolling the streets of Minnesota for ICE, is funded by both state and federal government grants. This has got to make you excited that your tax dollars are going to defeat the very thing you voted for, okay? They're called legal observers under the immigrant advocacy group COPL. They're part of a network of 5,000 people who respond to tips that federal immigration enforcement is around. COPL, okay, blah, 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 is the nonprofit organization based in Minnesota. It's communities organizing Latin power and action. It has an entity called COPL Education Fund, which is registered as a nonprofit. The COPL Education Fund has support like the Margaret A. Cargill Fund, LISC Twin Cities, Minnesota Pollution Control Agency. What, Mike, is the Pollution Control Agency, which is already a heinous organization in Minnesota, funding the protests? You can't burn garbage or these people will come around trying to give you $10,000 fines. Anyways,
right. Yeah,
little aside.
Unreal.
It's worked up. Federal grants. The Education Fund has received over $2 million in federal funding in recent years for immigrant-related economic and community programs. American taxpayers are literally paying for these people to be out and protest ICE.
Continue recording.
Yep. So here's CNI.
I spent the day with a group of people who monitor the movements of federal immigration agents in real time.
Thousands of tips come in. It can be 100 in a day or more.
They're called legal observers under the immigrant advocacy group COPL. They're part of a network of 5,000 people who respond.
Okay, I was always wondering why they kept using the term legal observers, and now I know why. There's nothing legal about their quote-unquote observing. They're impeding law enforcement. That's a whole other issue. But the language that they all came out with. But back to the video.
Hey, hold on. I want to say something. Neil. This would explain to me, everybody, about a week ago, I'm here right in my office. I am right outside my window here. There's a 2-lane highway and a road. And I got here and there were 5, this is 6:45 in the morning, 5 different ICE agents out there. They had caught a really bad guy apparently coming out and trying to escape Minneapolis.
Really?
But there were already protesters in right outside our door harassing my employees, calling them Nazis. I mean, how did they get here so fast? They almost beat the ICE agents here. Like, you can't make this up. I said, because I asked my employees, well, how soon did these guys show up? They said, oh, maybe 2 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago, because they had just surrounded that guy on the highway. I mean, you can't make this up. So now I know they're being followed. Go ahead.
All right, here we go. That's wild, Mike. I mean, They're just right on the scene. Here we go.
Yeah.
Federal immigration enforcement is around.
You heard reports of federal enforcement here?
They say they're trained to observe, document, use their whistles and their voices to demand answers. They train other observers to not touch any agents and stay 8 feet away.
Our observers are trained to walk in and say, I need to see a signed judicial warrant. Why are you here? What are you doing here? And all of that creates a legal record as well.
Even videos of documents.
Do you know, folks, I just want you to know this. There is no obligation for law enforcement to show the warrant to anybody other than who is being served. I just want you to know that. That's all just crap.
Documenting things can really help people because sometimes people don't know their family is being taken away.
They say they've seen 3 times as many people registering to be an observer since Renee Good was killed by an ICE agent. What types of people sign up to be observers?
People that look a lot like Renee Good. We have a lot of moms. We have a lot of retirees.
But a lot of critics say that they're getting in the way of government operations.
We have a 100% no obstruction protocol.
Oh, God.
We want to document this just like any other law enforcement activities.
Okay.
What did they say? They have a non-obstruction protocol?
Yes.
Okay, let me tell you, everybody, this is another thing, and you don't even know what I'm going to say here. You guys, as I've been running for governor, everybody's been calling me, my friends from the inner city. These are my friends. Remember, everybody, I lived down there back in the day. I stayed many, many days down there. I got a lot of friends down there. They said what the media isn't reporting, what you're not hearing is they're getting obstructed everywhere on sidewalks, in streets, being able to. The protesters, they're telling me, are the problem, not the ICE. It's the protesters. They'll leave their houses to maybe go pick up their daughter. They get blocked, whether it's on the sidewalk or whether it's in the street, blocked, and then they get out. Are you one of them? Do you like ICE? They're questioning them. I live over there. Let me through. This is disgusting what's going on. So these guys that are part of this program, when they say they don't obstruct, if they're not the ones doing it, they're enticing others to do it, right? Blowing their, you know what I mean? And
yeah.
I would say they're absolutely lying.
Here, check this out. I got a super I want to get to. Don't use the term illegal alien. Chris Cuomo will threaten you. Okay, now, folks, this is where it gets good. This is the first banger story, followed by another one, okay? So here's where it gets really good. Blue Lives Matter, okay? Stop what you're doing and buckle up. We warned you that we were just getting this party started. We're estimating that well over 100,000 false reports about the whereabouts of ICE have flooded the Report ICE hotlines that are meant to help far less protesters impede ICE operations. We're not saying we had anything to do with it, but we heard through the grapevine that more than 100 teams of veterans and off-duty officers have been accidentally mistaken as ICE by protesters who then follow directly away from where ICE operations were able to take place.
That's pretty good.
We totally have nothing to do at all with ICE protesters showing up at the home of ICE protesters to protest ICE and then mass following. We have nothing to do with that.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
It's so easy to cause mass chaos among these communists when their collective IQ is lower than a box of French fries. Mike, I'm so freaking excited. Okay, and then I've got this next story that everybody needs to hear, which is just a bombshell. But Will Crump sent me a super. He said, ICE has never been required to have a judicial warrant to take a deportee into custody. That is a lie created by rogue judges. And you know what's interesting? Though, Will, they were saying that, there was no warrants, there's no warrants and everything. And then remember the night that they broke open the federal vehicles and they opened that box on the street, and what were in there? Warrants. That's what was in the box.
Right.
So, it's really interesting that, there's no warrants, but yet there is warrants, because then that's what they expose when they bust open the federal vehicles. Okay, so Mike, I got this next one's a bombshell. Okay, this next story I've got. I do want to just really quickly let you talk about what's going on because we've got some great deals going on at MyPillow. Can you just take a minute or two and just run through this really quick?
Yeah, I'll tell you guys, this is our sale of the century. We've never done this before. It's the lowest prices ever on our mattress toppers and our mattresses made in the USA. You guys, let me explain that first one you see on the left, as low as $99.98. Queen size, I think you save $100, $149.98. Now, let me tell you about that one. Remember, I helped design all these. Sleep is about, you have REM sleep and delta sleep cycles. Your body needs great delta sleep, which is about pressure points and temperature. We've covered them both with the mattress topper you see on the left. We have over, on the queen size alone, over 10,000 individual comfort supports. This is like sleeping on a dream. Any bed, and people say, well, I just bought a mattress. Well, you know what? It might be brand new. It doesn't have MyPillow technology. And if you're waking up every day, maybe your side's a little sore, the mattress, maybe it feels too hard or too soft. You know what? You put a MyPillow mattress topper on it, and hey, you don't have to return that bed, or you're not gonna. And nothing's gonna change if you don't get a different input for an output. And I want to add before you say something there, Neil. You guys, I'm gonna on these products. They'll notice it's a 66-month money back guarantee and a 10-year warranty. It's for great sleep, and it's free shipping. You're seeing it flashing there on your entire order. We're paying the shipping. You can't make this up. This is incredible. We are paying the shipping. They're going to come right to your front door. And the second mattress topper we have is a brand new one. It's like MyPillow Mattress Topper 2.0. It's our 3-inch topper, but we've added copper, silver, stuff that helps your body as you're sleeping. We've even enhanced it even more. And there's 3 layers. One's the MyPillow patented form in a solid form. Everything is built to get you the best sleep ever. And I can't say enough, our beds, we have hybrid beds with both coil and foam. You can
that's what my son got. He loved it. By the way, I got to say you're right, because the lowest price I ever saw in the mattress topper before was $119.99.
Yeah.
And
and that was with shipping, you guys. This is free shipping. We're paying it. Shipping's expensive right now. It has not went down, but your whole order is going to ship for free. One of the other things I want to quick mention is we're closing out. We have all these blankets, everybody. All the blankets, you guys get them. They're as low as $25 a blanket. Promo code Lumberjack. So there you go. And there's the number. Call the number. My reps are right downstairs, ready to take your calls. I can hear them calling.
800-568-2865.
They speak English.
They speak English.
They came here legally. They were born here. Born in the USA. What a concept. Go ahead.
Born in the USA. All right, folks, this is the big story. So this right here, this is the Minneapolis Star-Tribune. Every other major media outlet has run this about the family recounting being caught in unrest after man is shot by federal agent. So this was all about this family that, somehow they had their kid and their kids got tear gassed and all this terrible stuff happened to them. All the media has been running this. Check it out. Bombshell. Mom of baby at Riot previously indicted on first-degree murder in 2019 killing. But that is not all, folks. This story gets much deeper. Check this out. Crime Watch has discovered a bombshell revelation. By the way, if you're on X and you want a good account to follow for Minnesota, I'll just put Crime Watch Minneapolis. That's their account, okay? They always have some good stuff going on. Anyways, the mother of 6 kids who were left unattended to be tear gassed in a vehicle did you guys get this? The mom left the kids unattended at a riot in a vehicle. Now, forget the fact that she's convicted of murder, okay? Wow. She left her kids unattended to be tear gassed in a vehicle at last week's North Minneapolis riot following ICE-involved shooting. She's none other than Destiny Bradshaw, who is indicted in first-degree murder in the killing of a man during a robbery in 2019 in North Minneapolis.
Why is she out running around and leaving her kids in a riot? Did she ever get convicted? Is she
Well, that's the thing. Now, this should be a CPS issue at this point, but this is Minneapolis, so this ain't going to happen, Mike. I mean, let's just be real about this.
Yeah, absolutely.
But,
And
maybe she can be charged for federal crimes because that seems to be the only thing we can get now in Minnesota.
Right. Well, and as we see, everybody, the Star and Tribune, the worst paper in the United States, is covered up, covering up, cover up, cover up, cover up, cover up. There's no paper even close, everybody. And our local news and our local news stations are right behind them. But the Star and Tribune is definitely the worst.
They're the worst of the worst, man.
Yeah,
They're the worst of the worst. And so they've covered for it. But now Crime Watch Minneapolis is setting this straight. Bradshaw, now 26, has since legally changed her last name to Jackson to match her husband partner, Sean Jackson. The name change was allowed by Hennepin County courts despite Bradshaw being a convicted felon resulting from the murder case. Crime Watch posted overnight the discovery of a video at last Wednesday's riot that appeared to contradict the story the Jacksons told media about the events leading up to their children being affected by tear gas deployed by law enforcement to quell the riot. The Jacksons claimed they were just passing through. That's right. They claimed this story. I saw them doing this. Now, here's the thing. I'll pull this out. We're going to get back to the rest of this because this story gets even crazier, folks. But understand this, and I'll bring this super chat in quick here too. What do we got? Radon Lamontard, Imperial Wizard, new title for Don Lamont if he's convicted of the KKK Act. Oh gosh. Thank you for the super, Lisa. Folks, every story you hear about some teenager being abducted, some 10-year-old kid being thrown in a trunk of an ICE vehicle and stuff, just never take it at face value. Okay, you guys probably know this. Do y'all understand this in my audience? Was anybody taking these stories at face value? In all seriousness, I mean, you guys do all know this, right? Yes or no? You've got to never take them seriously. Okay, Mountain Goddess says she'd vote for you.
Hey, hold on, everybody. MikeLindellGov.com. We need help. Get your donations in. I'm moving now. We have to win Minnesota. This is critical. This is it. We get one shot at this. I have great plans and great. You can go to MikeLindellGov.com. Check them out there. One of the things I want to put in a little thing. One of the biggest problems we have right now are our protester laws. They should all be arrested. You can't break laws protesting. This goes back to blocking off 35W 10 years ago, an 8-lane highway.
Yes.
And our leaders let them do it. The stuff you're talking about right here, it's nonsensical. They're lies, lies, and lies. So many of my friends downtown, they can't get not get to hospital appointments. They can't go pick their friends up. They can't do anything. Their daughters, whatever. This lady, oh yeah, you just happen to be there and leave her kids in a car and Yeah,
left her kids right there in a riot.
Yeah.
Okay, this is great. Hey, I got a big comment here from Pinkie Pie 2016. Hey, Neil, just heard this from Stephen Gardner. Look up Minnesota NGO named Name Protected, not public info. $724 million to a single NGO over the last 4 years. We need everyone on this until the name is released. Do you know what I actually think that is, Pinkie Pie? I think the name protected is probably multiple NGOs that they're not releasing the names of that took that 724. I saw that story, and I have to dig into that a little bit more. We're also looking at how this Somali money moved through the airports because more people had to be involved in it. We're finding out more and more about that. There's a couple banks in Minnesota that were involved in this, and we're kind of digging down those roads too. So anyhow, that's all going on. But back to this. Okay, so check this out. Just passing through, right, the area of 23rd and Lyndale Avenue North on the way home from their son's basketball game in Anderson Middle School in South Minneapolis. School schedule shows the game started at 5 p.m. The Jacksons claimed in media interviews that they approached the area to find lights and crime tape. After asking bystanders what was going on, they learned that there had been an ICE shooting. Destiny Jackson told KARE 11 Media they tried to leave the area but got stuck in traffic. All right, so you got to listen to this.
Wednesday night, as chemical gas, flashbangs, and fireworks were exchanged.
We were leaving South Minneapolis from our son's basketball game at Anderson Middle School.
As the night unfolded,
we started to see, lights and stuff.
one North Minneapolis family trying to make their way home.
Like, even trying to leave, I couldn't go backwards, forward. It was like I was just stuck.
Destiny and Sean Jackson, along with their 6 kids, had just left the nearby grocery store after the game when they turned onto Lyndale. Sean says they tried to take a side street after they saw the crowds.
There's nothing we can do if it's blocked off.
Sean and Destiny say they were stuck between crowds of protesters and law enforcement. When law enforcement tried to disperse the crowd,
All we heard was boom, and every airbag deployed.
they say a flashbang went off near their car as tear gas enveloped them.
And I was screaming to my oldest son, Sean. I'm like, get out. Like, I can't, Mom, and I can't breathe.
Destiny says bystanders
I can't
pulled her into a
breathe.
home to check on her.
Wow.
She screamed that her 6-month-old child was still in the car.
He was just like lifeless, like he had like foam like around his mouth, and he had tears coming out his eyes. I was giving him mouth to mouth, and I remember stopping and I said, I will give you all my breath till you get yours back, because nobody wants to see their kids like that.
The family was taken to the hospital, all now okay.
Like, my kids' stuff is still in the car. My son's school stuff.
A family on their way home, caught in chaos.
Okay.
Wednesday night.
Now,
Wow.
everybody who's watched this, I know a bunch of new people have jumped on the stream. Okay, you're going to have to go back and get the first story because that was a banger. But this right here, these people talking, the mom of the baby at the riot was previously indicted on first-degree murder in 2019 killing. Okay, mother of 6 kids who were left unattended to be tear gassed. Now we're going to show you, because people are going to like, are you sure they weren't with their kids? No, watch this. Live stream video from the scene that evening captured both Sean and Destiny milling around the crowd starting at 8:30 p.m. according to timestamps in live streamer's video. Now, this basketball game supposedly started at 5:30. So why would they be there at 8:30?
Right.
Timeline isn't matching up. Okay. This is all according to timestamps in the live streamer's video. The children and their vehicle were nowhere to be seen. The live stream started at 8:16 p.m. Sean and Destiny first appear in the video about the 15, 17, and 19-minute marks. That would be 8:30 to 8:35 p.m. based on when the live stream started at 8:16 p.m. The video even shows armed federal law enforcement in fatigues walking past Destiny in that time frame. Her casual reaction showed no urgency to check on the children or leave the scene. Okay? So it's all on video. Okay? It's all on this live stream. They're in there. Okay? So you can see them here in this. Okay? And they're actually, let me see here. I gotta see.
Well, they're actually liars. We know that, but keep going.
Oh, there she was, just off screen. So the blue sweatpants and sweatshirts that says Miss Destiny on the back of the sweatshirt. Minneapolis Fire Department emergency dispatch audio documents that responders were first dispatched to the baby being tear gassed at 9:22 p.m., fully 45 minutes after the Jacksons can be seen on the video. Again, they said they were just rolling through after a basketball game, just passing through. Okay. Now, I will guarantee you, okay, I actually do believe her tears at that point in the video because nobody wants to see their baby tear gassed. Okay. So I'm sure reliving that, but she put the baby there.
Right.
She put the baby there. They're milling around with the protesters. Why did she leave her kids in a vehicle at a protest, at a riot? It was a riot at that point. Okay. That's why tear gas had to be deployed. I've talked to guys on the Minneapolis PD about what went on that night. You know, Mike, little known fact, I'm going to give you something. So some of these Minneapolis PD guys are actually quite excited about what's going on. Now, we're hearing that, this was all my pillow, my governor, change our flag back, Mike. You got this?
Yeah, hold on. I got one right here. That's the first thing I'm doing. Day one, I'm bringing back the Minnesota flag, and I'm going to ban Sharia law, and I'm going to make new protester laws. Bing, bing, bing.
We need them because this is nuts. But my friends on law enforcement down there, I'm like talking to them, getting the inside scoop, and they're like, well, because see, the federal law enforcement can actually arrest the baddies, Mike, and they're actually getting charged with crimes. But it's even better than that. because they're saying, look, so first I'm like, I said, you guys got to be kind of jealous about the feds. I mean, they're actually able to, deploy less than lethal munitions, right? And fight these crowds back and stuff. And they're like, well, they finally gave us a little bit more leeway on it, right? And that's why those flashbangs were let go that night. But they said, as bad as it is, Neil, they said, as rough as it is, and the extra time we have to spend, and we're always on call. By the way, Mike, you're going to love this, because they pulled everybody off overtime, okay? Because they can't have them on overtime because they're burning through the city's budget, the police budget, so quickly. They spent like the other weekend, like $2 million out of their $5 million surplus budget for overtime. Here's where it gets really good. Right now, all of these guys, like the SWAT guys and everything, they're on call. They're getting half pay, half of their regular rate, okay, all the time. They're just they're just burning through money down there in Minneapolis. And all they would have to do is arrest these people. But instead, the feds come in, they arrest them. And he said, so we're winning two ways, Neil. They're like, look, we get the bad guys off the streets that we're not able to get off the streets. And on top of that, these protesters are getting arrested, who are the worst kind of protesters, who are always the ones we have to deal with too, both the ones in town and out of town. So they're always showing up at the same protests. So now that feds are dealing with them, so the Minneapolis cops can go look forward to a brighter future.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's the biggest problem, everybody. Like I say, when I'm governor, these protests, you go ahead and protest, but you're going to get, like some states, you got to get permits if they're big. You're going to be behind this fence, yell, scream, protest all you want, but don't block people. Don't commit crimes while you're protesting. You don't get to block up a road. You don't get to detain me on a sidewalk and see if I hate ICE or hate Donald Trump.
Yeah, exactly.
You will go to jail under my watch if you do that. That is a crime. You have stopped me from getting to point A to point B. It's almost like kidnapping for a few minutes. You're putting fear into people. It's disgusting.
Yeah, you're restricting freedom of movement, okay?
Yeah,
you are impeding on other people's rights. Minneapolis Fire Department emergency dispatch audio documents that responders were first dispatched to the baby being tear gassed at 9:22 p.m., fully 45 minutes after the Jacksons can be seen in the video. The Jacksons' narrative shifted in subsequent media interviews in which Destiny claimed she saw her mother in the crowd and was coaxing her to leave. Again, the live stream shows no urgency to that effect. The time gap between the Jacksons' appearances in the live stream and when responders were dispatched to the baby being tear gassed raises questions about where the children were during that time period in the freezing cold weather and begs questions about the Jacksons' claim of being trapped in their vehicle. So in 2019, Destiny Bradshaw was among several people, now Destiny Jackson, several people charged in the December 2019 murder of a man in North Minneapolis during a robbery plot. According to court documents, Bradshaw was initially charged with second-degree murder and was later indicted on first-degree murder. Okay? Smash that like if you would, please. Let's get a few more people on this stream. Drop a comment if you just jumped in. Let us know where you're from. Yeah, this charges in the case describe that Bradshaw targeted males on Facebook under the ruse of wanting marijuana. When one of the males showed up in a vehicle in the alley, Bradshaw's accomplices, Tariq Lavelle Perkins and James Tion Moore, approached the vehicle and tried to open the door. When they couldn't open the door, Moore started shooting at the vehicle. Perkins later told the police that Moore just looked at him and started laughing. The two then fled the scene back to Bradshaw's apartment. The victim was subsequently pronounced deceased, having been shot in the back. Boy, if you were in the West and you shot people in the back, that was the lowest of the low. Bradshaw was eventually offered a plea deal by the Hennepin County Attorney's Office, including an amended charge of aiding an offender after the fact, to which she pled guilty. Can you imagine that? The Hennepin County prosecutor, they're the worst, Mary Moriarty. At sentencing, the first and second degree murder charges were dismissed.
Wow.
And Bradshaw's 48-month corrected jail sentence was stayed. Instead, Bradshaw was sentenced to 28 days already in jail and was placed on probation for a term of 5 years to expire in June of 2026. Murder, and you get this. This is for Minneapolis.
Wow. Yeah, this is it's disgusting, and she's on probation there. Somebody should dig into this, leaving those kids at a riot unattended in freezing cold weather, and then lying and lying to the media and I mean, they got to do something. I mean, this is disgusting. And then for the media, isn't the Tribune that everyone else is putting it out under the light that she
yeah. She was just there, just
passing
driving
through, going to a basketball game. I mean, it should be criminal, absolutely criminal. Yeah.
Look at this, Mike. She gets her 48-month corrected jail sentence stayed. She gets sentenced to 28 days already served.
She got up on murder. She got away with murder. She got away with murder.
As the saying goes. But here's the thing. She still owes restitution in the case of $913.71. So she gets away with all that, and she can't even pay the $913.
Unreal.
And she was reportedly pregnant at the time, and a source tells Crime Watch that the pregnancy played into the lenient sentence. Sean and Destiny Jackson, here's where it gets really ugly, folks. Listen to this. Have raised nearly $200,000 in a GoFundMe account based on their story of their children being tear gassed at the riot, and states they were innocent bystanders. That's right. So here's her campaign. Hello, my name is Destiny. Myself, my husband Sean, and their 6 kids. Isn't that interesting? Hello, my name is Destiny. Myself, my husband Sean, and their 6 kids. And there isn't even spelt right. Anyways, we're the latest ICE victims. But she's their 6 kids. She's first person, third person. This is very confusing. They were innocent bystanders driving through what should have been a peaceful protest when things took a turn. ICE began to start throwing tear gas bombs everywhere, and we were trying so hard to get out of the way, but didn't want to harm anybody. We just murder people. So they've raised $200,000. So look at this. So somebody asked, so her child endangerment will violate her probation and send her to jail for that original charge she pled guilty.
Right. That's what we can hope.
No, sir, this is Hennepin County where our leaders protect criminals. So no, obviously. But look at this. There's a way you can report this. Yeah, look at this, guys. If you want to do this, you can report at GoFundMe for fraud, because they lied and claimed to have been just passing through, but evidence shows they left their children in the car for an hour, which is also neglect. Directions to report below. So they've raised $200,000, folks. You can report this fundraiser for fraud.
I will be reporting it to the owners. I know the owners well. They're great Christian people too. And I will be reporting it myself tonight, but everybody should report this.
This is GoFundMe, not Give, Send, Go, Mike.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Take that back. Everybody, you should all be using Give, Send, Go, not GoFundMe. Give, Send, Go is an amazing Christian platform. And I've used it so much when I needed help in you get prayers, and that's part of it. If you can't give, you pray. Thanks for bringing that up. But yeah, that everybody should bombard this GoFundMe, which they're probably woke as can be too.
Here's where you can report, folks. I'm giving you the link if you want to do this. I'm putting it in the chat right now. Okay. And then I'm going to do this too. Look at this. They've raised $172,806 of the $200,000 they're looking for. 112 people just donated. This is ridiculous. They're raising money off a lie, folks.
Yeah.
So ICE agents are out there dealing with this crap, and people are getting more hostile based off this lie, while these people are living on Easy Street raising $172,000. This has got to piss you off. This is nuts. Okay?
Wow.
Anyways, I'm just excited, though, that it's gotten exposed. So you click on that, you scroll far down to what is pictured below, located after words of support, and then you click report. Scroll down to report a fundraiser only. Be honest and say you do not know them, but this was a high-profile event. I'm an individual concerned about this fundraiser. If you didn't donate, fundraisers contain factually incorrect information, include timestamps and links to footage, such as this link. The link that, the X status here link. That's what we just, we'll just go back to that. So that's right here. I'll put this in there for you. Okay, I'm going to put this status link for X in there. You guys can share this out too. Sometimes it's easier for people to look at a report like that than listen to my whole video. I really don't care how you get the information out. Just get it out there, okay? Because this is a big story. It's a huge story. And it needs to be covered. I mean, these people are raising money. They're grifting out the fraud, but they've been exposed. And if you did not catch the first part of this live stream, you got to go back and catch it, because the first stories were bangers too, folks. But Mike, I'm going to give you, I kind of cut you short there. You were talking about the mattresses. I know you talked about the mattress toppers, but here, why don't you mention too the mattresses? My son got one of these. It's like a coil spring inside.
Yeah, it's a hybrid that was that we developed. It's coil and foam. It's a hybrid, the mix of the two. I helped design that, and then you can flip the mattress too, so you get more life. But it's 10-year warranty. You guys, they're amazing, and you come right to your front door with free shipping. We've got them on sale, and we also have the deluxe mattress pads. And then, if you scroll down too, I want to tell everybody we have. And by the way, you guys, I know this is your favorite product, Neil, but the Giza Dream Sheets,
yes,
up until this morning, were out, and we were completely out. Now we have added, you guys, we're only getting in another shipment. They're so far behind because of the demand. The shipment we're getting in is a couple weeks out. So there's a shipping date on there, but if you can get them now, all the colors are in and sizes. You're not going to get them right away, but I'm just telling you to point that out because I know your audience loves them. You're saving up for 50% as low as $29.98. If you shop now, you're kind of locking your spot in, but I believe you'll find out. I think it's 2 to maybe 2 weeks or whatever out to, but it's like pre-ordering. I just want to tell them, because when they're gone, then there's going to be another big gap. What you've happened, Neil, is you've promoted them so much. You and the president, it's his favorite product, that we can't keep them in stock fast enough.
They're the best, folks. If you don't have Giza sheets, I'm serious. Like, stop what you're doing right now. Call 1-800-568-2865 and order some stupid Giza sheets, for Pete's sakes. These are the greatest.
Free shipping on your entire order, everybody. Get those big ticket bedding items and the beds, the mattresses right to your front door. Easy to put in and easy to put it on your bed, those mattress toppers. And and by the way, the crosses came in too. I want to tell everyone that the women's crosses are now back in stock too. We ran through Christmas. We ran out of quite a few different things because of the demand. They're back in, and then take advantage of all those blankets that we're closing out on. A lot of them, 6 different kinds, as low as $25 a blanket. But the biggest thing, free shipping on your entire order.
And the Rev 7 shots.
And the Rev 7 shots. The Rev 7. Hold on, Neil.
Hold on. We're holding, Mike. Folks, this stuff is awesome because it does not have.
You got a mental clarity. It's not like you go high and you come down, and no sugar, no caffeine.
Oh gosh,
it's delicious.
Mike, look at this. Somebody put, my wife calls them the sex sheets.
The sex sheets. Okay.
That's awesome, man. Well, I'm glad it's working.
They do make you feel great. I'll tell you.
Oh gosh. 1-800-568-2865, folks, for all those great products. Mike, thanks for joining me, folks. Gotta share the information we shared tonight. I mean, this is big news. I mean, I'm so excited about the win. I mean, all these ICE protesters showing up at ICE protester homes and everything. That was just beautiful. The Blue Lives Matter post and what they're doing. So go check that out if you just jumped on, go back and watch that at the beginning. But Mike, thanks for joining. I know it was short notice. I just reached out to you right away to see if you could join tonight.
Yeah, and you guys, I've been doing governor event after governor event. Please help out. We need to save Minnesota, and I will win this with your help. And MikeLindellGov.com, MikeLindellGov.com. You can check out there everything I'm going to do. The stuff, it's common sense. You know, I'm learning as I go along here with all these other candidates going, well, you've been in there for 2 years. You haven't done anything. These people that get elected, even Republicans. I mean, I'm sorry, but you should be shouting from the rooftops when you hear about stuff like this fraud a year ago.
Yeah.
But anyway, so thanks for having me on, Neil. I'm gonna tell everybody a little secret. I'm gonna be going to Minneapolis for the first time in months tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah, so
You
maybe
gonna
I'll
go
go.
see JD?
Maybe I'll go live on your show, Neil, from down there.
You gonna go get together with Vance?
No, but he's gonna be there tomorrow too, so maybe it'll be a little more secure. I'm not going to be with him. I'm going for. I can't say, or people know where I'm going to be.
Yeah.
And but I will do it. I will do a show, or at least I'll put it up. But you guys check out my social media at Real Mike Lindell, and I'm on every platform. I will be posting a video. It'll be a very important video, and then I could come on your show maybe later on tomorrow, and then we can do another one. I'll report on what I'm doing tomorrow and what went on.
All right, sounds good.
It's all top secret. It's all top secret right now, everybody.
It's all top secret. Top secret stuff, folks. Hey, smash that like on your way out, please. Drop a comment. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you on the next episode, folks. All right, peace out.